Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is August the 5th, 2023. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. It's been a pretty standard operational Saturday. We got our laundry in for, this cycle. Let's see, what else we do? Of course, we went to the donut shop. I got a sticky bun, which I haven't eaten yet. You know, the fucking vibes. And then what else did I get? I got a blueberry donut, which was yummy. It was like a cake style one. So, yeah, that blueberry was in there. Let's see. And then I got a frosted donut, chocolate frosted donut. Yeah, with sprinkles. So I was like, okay, that was yummy. Excuse me. But yeah, I also got a little, it was like a hand-sized apple juice. They didn't have any water, and I just didn't want to get coffee there at the time, at that moment. So I was like, yeah, let me get I guess a little apple juice. It was really cute though, and apple juice is always yummy. But it's weird. I don't know if you've ever done this. Let me know. Sound off where you can. I sometimes will have this thing, and this wasn't all my life. This was something that kind of happened towards past mid-20s. I started doing this where you say you want something, you have a craving for something. In this situation, I was like, yeah, I got what I wanted, and I'm actually like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be fatter, and I'm gonna go to McDonald's, and I wanted to get a hash brown. That was my compromise. Just a hash brown and a coffee. I'll do that, nothing crazy, nothing wild. And I get there, and I mosey up in line, and it's not like the line was even crazy, especially because it's McDonald's in the morning. It's not abnormal. But I just pulled up, maybe not even a minute goes by, and I just go, you know what, never mind. I'm okay. Not today, actually. Or I was like, maybe I'll come back. And I was like, and I just didn't. So I don't know if you've ever done that. I know it's weird because it automatically feels weird when you say, hey, I want a thing, so I'm committing to do the thing. And it just feels like it's a weird back out. Just to do for no reason. But I've noticed I do it a lot more. Like I said, once I kind of got north of 25, I was like, you know what? I don't actually want this. I actually want to go home now. I don't want to sit in this line. And don't get me wrong, if there was no line, I would have had a hash brown and a coffee. But because of that minor inconvenience, it's just enough to put me off in the whole experience. And I'm like, this food is not going to happen fast enough. I just got to abort. I don't know. Is that too quirked up? You let me know. Okay. Whew. I've already done enough, but I'm gonna do more, and then we're gonna get into some news. That's right. If you're new to this, I talk about myself, and then I do news. I always wonder how that goes. Someone who's just not hip to this, just for the first time, just tuning in, they're like, "What kind of podcast is this? This is the weirdest blog." I will say I'm glad it's not as hot lately. It's been so nice. This morning temperature, oh, so good. For the summer, so good. Nice and cool, but still nice and clear out. You didn't even have to have the cloud cover to make it happen. Overall, this week's been a lot better in terms of the heat, though I'm still sweating as we speak. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some news. All right. From CNN, Russian warship seen listing in Black Sea after Ukrainian sea drone attack on major base. Ukrainian sea drones attacked a major naval base in Russia on Friday, leaving a damaged Russian warship listing in the Black Sea in a brazen strike carried out hundreds of miles from Ukrainian-held territory. There's a video of this. And the video shows a vessel and an amphibious Russian landing ship tilting badly and sitting very low in the water as it was being towed near the base at Novorossiysk, Russia's largest port. I'm going to say I nailed it. I don't care, okay? That's right. The incident comes against the backdrop of rising tensions in the Black Sea and stepped up Ukrainian strikes against targets across Russia after President Volodymyr Zelensky pledged to return the war to Russian territory. So essentially, they strapped a drone with 1,000 pounds of TNT, it's dynamite, and they just said, "Yeah, we're gonna just throw that at a fucking ship," and it worked. At least in this situation. Now, Russia is saying, "Hey, we did shoot down a bunch of drones, but the big Navy ship, the Olengorsky Gornyak, was hit." And that was from a source that told CNN this. Excuse me. Oh, that was donut. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of drone talk here. I also believe, too, that a tanker, drones damaged a civilian Russian tanker, injuring some crew members, according to Vladimir Rogov, an official with the Zaporizhia Military Civilian Administration. However, Russia's Federal Agency for Marine and River Transport said in a statement on Telegram that there are no casualties among the 11 crew. So, I mean, that's some news too. All of this article is more or less just drones. And it seems that that's just been a big part of this counteroffensive that has been taking place, that it's not maybe so much taking the territory, but more or less focusing on, like, hey, we are wanting to show how far we can go, and we're involving Russian civilians, Russian people. This is on Russian land or Russian things. And maybe that's more of the point that they're trying to make here. I know some miscovers. I know I talked about how they hit the skyscraper, and it was like a residential area, business area. They actually wound up hitting it again as well with another drone strike. So this is just kind of now becoming like a common pattern, means of attack. So that's a thing. Wanted to, just cover an update there. Let's move along. To Reuters. Greenpeace oil protesters cover Rishi Sunak's home in black fabric. Greenpeace protesters draped the private home of British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak in black fabric on Thursday, hanging huge sheets of it from the roof as they stepped up their campaign against his government policy on drilling for oil. 4 protesters used ladders to get onto the roof of the constituency home in Yorkshire, North England, where they said they spent 5 hours in what a senior police officer described as a major breach of security. So, I mean, essentially, they did this huge protest on his home. They fucking draped his shit black. They're like, we got ya. And they were brought in, they were arrested, but let's see, Sunak left Britain for a holiday in California. Damn, I mean, that makes sense. If you're in jolly old England, fucking gray ass space, you might as well go ahead and get some sun when you can. I actually get that. That makes sense. I would too, Rishi. I get it. But yeah, 5 protesters in total were arrested. They talk about, Rishi Sunak and how, he hasn't really been stepping up to the plate in terms of, energy conservation. It's like, hey, we said we would. We had this whole, kind of, pact, Concord we were going to make, and we're not doing it. Instead, we're trading profits for oil, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, I mean, this is a Tory administration. I'm not surprised, personally. And not to mention, no one is playing ball here. They're all talking a good game. The U.S., China, every fucking body. Everyone's like, yeah, no, we totally, like, green initiative, green, yeah, let's do this shit. And then what do? Absolutely fucking nothing. Like, the Greta Thunbergs of the world are completely right. You know what I mean? But that being said, I don't know. Like, this... I feel like I've said this before. I said it again. I do love protest. I love it. Yeah, I talk about it a lot. It's a big focal point of this podcast. But this to me just does feel performative. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, so yeah, you draped up his house and you climbed all over his house, but that's weird as hell. Like I just personally don't like that. That's like, it's cringecore behavior in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't know. You can clap back at me if you want. There, say, hey, Ron, no, this is a point. This is gonna do something, but what is it gonna do? Like, it platforms your message, but you could just do a normal protest, and that works for me too. That does the spot. That does the trick. That's good organization for me. But when you're doing the shit and you're taking it to this level, I feel like it only is going to have the cause effect of just like, well, we're just gonna like, try to clamp down more on this and try to make, try to even maybe take more of your rights away. And it's just like, once again, but for what? Like, you didn't even do anything effective here. It's just aggravating. But in response, Sunak's ministers have introduced new laws to clamp down on eco-mob protester tactics, including slow walking in busy roads and locking on to buildings or infrastructure. So, I mean, those kind of things, I get a little bit more, but at the same time, yeah, you're driving, you're trying to do your thing. It's like, ew, you're getting in my way. I'm trying to get to work. But at the same time, you are trying to make a point. So I know this is a gray space of protesting where I don't know where I stand quite yet. Maybe I never will, but I'm all for a protest that has an effective, meaning or point. Like, you want to hold your government to the standards that they are saying they're going to stick to, especially when it's our lives at stake. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about this fucking heat because at the same time, it's only going to get hotter. That's just a commonality. Like, we're living in the hottest time. It's only going to get worse. And, we're just burning and burning more and more of the world, for oil or coal, whatever. So, I understand the frustration. I get it. But I just want to see effective things happen. That's all. That's all. Let's see here. Was there anything else I really wanted to cover on this before we move along? Oil profits are our future. That was what the banner said. I know I have it in the thumbnail, but, All right. Jolly good. Oh my days. Oh my days, by the way, is like my favorite thing. I love saying that shit. Oh my days. So much pepper. Such a life-changing video. Oh man. I forget who made it, but essentially it was like British school kids try Popeyes for the first time. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about some other shit. From CBS News, 2 Navy sailors arrested, accused of providing China with information. Super spy. All right, we have spy news. Two U.S. Navy sailors have been arrested on charges related to national security and tied to China, U.S. officials said Thursday. Jin Chao Wei, a 22-year-old sailor assigned to the San Diego-based USS Essex, was arrested Wednesday on a charge related to espionage involving conspiracy to send national defense information to Chinese officials. So essentially they disclose here that he provided photographs and videos of the ship he served on. I think he was initially, he was a Chinese national, and in the process of like putting his application in to, for U.S. citizenship, the official said, hey, you could actually work for us. You could actually help us out. And, hold on, I think I actually have the quote here. I should probably just read it. Wei admitted to his handler that he knew this activity would be, no, that's not the right part. No, federal officials said in a news conference Thursday that Wei, who was born in China, was approached by the Chinese officer while he was applying for U.S. citizenship, and the officer even congratulated him when he became a U.S. citizen. Wei admitted to his handler that he knew this activity would be viewed as spying and could affect his pending citizenship application. Rather than report the contact, which he was trained to do, he chose instead to hide it. This is from Randy Grossman, a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of California. Whether it was for greed or for some other reason, Wei allegedly chose to turn his back on his newly adopted country and enter a conspiracy with the Chinese handler. So, essentially, now, already off rip, he's like, look, I'm playing double agent. I'm down. I'm Ocelot. Let's fucking go. Pew, 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 pew. Bullets everywhere. No, he's just taking pictures, and he's, sending that information. He's doing a lot of correlation with his, unnamed Chinese intelligence. So let's see here. Service records show Wei was stationed aboard the USS Essex. The amphibious assault ship is known as a landing helicopter docked that has a full flight deck and can carry an array of helicopters, including the MV-22 Ospreys. Now is the second person that they cover. In this article, they split it up in kind of like 2 acts. But the Justice Department separately announced charges against a second Navy service member, accusing Wenchen Zhao of collecting bribes in exchange for giving sensitive U.S. military photos and videos to a Chinese intelligence officer. Over 2 years, Zhao sent used encrypted communications to send information, including photographs of an operational center in Okinawa, Japan, to China in return for $15,000. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot. By sending the sensitive military information to an intelligence officer employed by a hostile foreign state, Mr. Zhao betrayed his sacred oath to defend our country and uphold the Constitution. In short, Mr. Zhao chose a path of corruption, and in doing so, he sold out his colleagues at the U.S. Navy, said Martin Estrada, U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California. Now, these 2 sailors were charged in similar charges, but they were charged as separate cases, and it wasn't clear Thursday if the 2 were courted or paid by the same Chinese intelligence officer. So, essentially, these are just kind of getting bundled up together, but they're not, the same. We don't know that yet. That hasn't been verified. I've said it before. I said it again. Spy shit is not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, this is terrible. Like, yeah, is that sensitive information? Could people potentially be compromised? Could lie? Yes, totally. But, like, this is the shit that superpowers fucking do. Like, if motherfuckers are not going to work together, of course it's just going to happen. Shit, we even spy on our allies. So what does that say about the situation I'm in? I'm never going to be surprised. Like, people need money, so they're going to take deals. Loyalty is at the fucking value of a goddamn dollar. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. That being said, you got caught. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna get you to the full extent. I don't have any update on Jack Teixeira, the Discord leaker with his little friends. But, I mean, none of that kind of shit surprised me. At the end of the day, I don't think it's big deal, but it is a big deal because it's our information. And of course, we're gonna fucking be very protective of that. We're gonna be very vindictive to the people who are going to give that up, betray that confidence. So that's the game, baby. Spy versus spy. Bow, bow, bow. I don't know. I'm talking shit now. All right, we got one more story. One more thing to talk about. All right, our last article is from The Verge. Twitch streamer Cenat will be charged with inciting a riot after chaotic giveaway in Union Square. On Friday, a massive gathering of people showed up at New York City's Union Square for a giveaway hosted by 2 social media influencers. Mega popular Twitch streamer Cenat and another streamer, Phantom, I don't know why I said that sentence like that. Cenat and a few other people have been arrested. NBC4 reports. Let's see here. In one press conference given after the after the incident, NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Maddie responded to questions about Cenat, saying, "We do have him," but they didn't specify what precinct. Now, essentially, this was supposed to be an event at Union Square. He said, like, I got a bunch of, like, PS5s I'm going to give out. I have a bunch of $100 gift cards I'm going to give out. Show up at 3 p.m. And New York showed out. Now, I didn't know this. I don't follow Kai too much. I've seen him on Twitch. I know he's kind of had some, run-ins with getting banned and, what have you. But that's like every big Twitch streamer, honestly. So, he's been back and forth on other platforms. I think he started on YouTube. But, I mean, his name carries a lot of weight. I mean, I think he topped the record for like a subathon. Essentially, that's essentially like you are just Twitch streaming all day, all night until the sub count runs down. Like people stop subbing. And so people just kept subbing and subbing and subbing. I don't remember how long that whole thing went, but it was long as hell. Too fucking long. And I think months went by maybe. I should probably look that up. Now I'm curious. How if my computer wants to cooperate, how long was Cenat subathon? There we go. Oh, it was only a day. Okay, it was 30 day. It was a month. I thought maybe over a month. But yeah, Twitch star Kai Cenat can't stop, won't stop during 30-day stream. That's really impressive. 30 days just going nonstop. Now you do sleep, but you're sleeping with like a camera on you, so that's kind of a surreal experience, I feel like. Anyway, back to the madness at hand. Essentially, people came out. Too many fucking people. And, the cops couldn't control it. They couldn't contain it. So essentially, they scoop up Kai and then also Phantom, I believe, as well. And I believe several others. And essentially, now they have some misdemeanors. Inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. So that's unfortunate for them. But I mean, it's misdemeanors. That happens. You're going to kind of take it on the chin for this. I don't know how you could regulate an event like this that you're trying to set up and do at that level. You're just too big. You're too big. That being said, I hate the media coverage on this. Like, they're covering it like he's like some menace to society or something. Like, they're like, I'm not gonna say his name. Like, I don't want to give him like they don't want to give him clout or public. Like, bro, like, relax. Yeah, this is crazy. But I mean, yeah, people are mad because, people are out and then, the cops are trying to contain the shit. And then, of course, people are like, fuck you, cops. And, throwing shit at them. I mean, shit's getting unruly, of course. I mean, I don't know. That didn't upset me. I'll just say that. That's all I can really say, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I just had to talk about it. It's Twitch shit. That's up my alley. It's crazy, fucking active kinetic energy. What can I say? All right. That's all I have for today. That's the episode. If you'd like to support the effort, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Isaiah You do become a newsie. I give you a shout out once a month. And I also plug whatever project you're on, whatever you're doing. Also, if you want to talk shop about news, that's always a thing. Feel free to hit me up, isaiahnews1@gmail.com. I'm on all the socials. Another way to help support, subscribing to the YouTube. That would be great. That would be awesome. Please do that. As well as top-notch reviews, all the comments. Those are cool. Those are awesome. Those are spunky. That's all I got for today. So yeah, hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.